provider and regulatory data provider located and headquartered in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but we also do have offices in Brussels, Belgium, in Tokyo, Japan, as well as in Chile and Germany in the lovely town of Heidelberg. Today's topic will be a comparison of the trends of sustainability in Asia Pacific, Central, South and North American and EU legislation. In the earlier presentation by James Clark, we heard about what is possible, what you can do with your waste, what you can do better with your chemicals. And in this presentation, I will try to introduce you what is the legislation now in the different areas of our globe. Okay, in this presentation, I will take you on a quick journey through the sustainability and environmental legislation around the globe. We will start first in Asia Pacific, like Australia, New Zealand, China, and Singapore. I will take you then to Malaysia, Taiwan, and China. We head over then to South America and Mexico, Canada, and the United States, and then we will come back to Europe. So I will ask you now, fasten seat your belt, because it will go very fast, and I hope we will make a touchdown at shortly after 10 o'clock. In general, sustainability is taking place around the globe, and the improvement of product sustainability can be either expected on a voluntary basis, so by your company policies, or it's either enforced by existing legislation. The primary consideration regarding sustainability improvements can be either the usage of raw materials from natural or renewable resources, the use of chemical resources for manufacturing, energy requirements, of course, for production, shipping, packaging, and storing of goods and chemical substances. But also important is the carbon footprinting of your products or chemical substances, and last but not least, the recycling of your products. Today's focus on regarding sustainability is mainly on so-called product life cycle assessments, on carbon footprint, sustainability legislation, and, as I mentioned earlier already, company policies. China, a very interesting example, because China earlier launched its new 5 or 10 years plan, and here they really, and this is very astonishing, talk now also about green chemistry. And the Environmental Administration for New Chemical Substances have actually a nice article, it's Article 6, and here it says China encourages the development, import and usage of environmentally friendly chemical substitutes. Very surprising that all of a sudden China is concerned about the environment. And they also go a step further by saying the state, at least the government of China, will reward the development of environmentally friendly substitutes. So, if you need more details, please go to this web link. It's also available in English. This is the website of the Chinese government where you will find the information about this chemical substitute program and the rewards. In Singapore, Singapore is very concerned about pollution control, and they also have a nice website regarding sustainable development. It's called the Singapore Way. This is a screenshot of the pollution control website. They take care of air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, hazardous substances control. And why is that? This is the website where they describe their Singapore way of sustainability. Here on this website they provide information not only for businesses, how to produce, manufacture sustainable your products, but they also provide information for the normal residents, for the consumer, and give tips and advices how to live sustainable, how to focus on the products and make sure that they buy eco-friendly products. Why is that? Because you can imagine Singapore is a very crowded city, and they live on a small island of 700 square kilometers, which is not very much. And there are residents, there are manufacturers, there are businesses, so they are very, very concerned about their environment. And this is an example. They created an island in Singapore, and on this island, this is a waste disposal island, but they also do waste management there and recycling on this island. As an example for sustainability in Singapore, I would like to point out that between 1986 and 2007, the green cover means trees, plants, and so on, in Singapore grew from 36% to 47%, although the whole population in Singapore grew already by almost 70% in the same time frame. In Malaysia, as you probably know, Malaysia is one of the largest producers of palm oil. And palm oil is one of the resources to produce biofuels. They have a website where they provide all the papers and information about sustainable production of palm oil. They are really concerned, and just 2 days ago, I don't know, maybe some of you heard in the news that there was already something going on with Greenpeace. They protested about the palm oil plantation in Malaysia, and they tried to stop some vessels that were going to Australia, because Australia is actually one of the largest customers of Malaysia, and they purchase all this palm oil, almost 45% of the whole production from Malaysia. But Malaysia is so concerned that they are calling now for an international conference which will take place in Malaysia itself on October to discuss sustainable production of palm oil in Malaysia, now let's say in Asia Pacific. Also, the Malaysian government introduced the new so-called environmentally hazardous substances notification and registration scheme. What does that mean? It was implemented last year, and that means that all manufacturers or importers that manufacture or import substances into Malaysia have to register their environmental hazardous substances. There is no excuse, and this is the website. We also had an article about that in the last FICA newsflash. Maybe some of you read that already. So if you import or manufacture substances into Malaysia, they stress now, they have an announcement on their website which was just launched by the end of August. Please make sure that you register your substances. If you don't do, you are illegal on the market, or your products or substances will get stuck in customs. Taiwan, very interesting too. Earlier last year, Taiwan, the Environmental Protection Agency, short called EPA, launched a so-called green hotel system. And they also promote now so-called green mark products. What is the green hotel system? They want to encourage hotel chains to focus more on the building materials they use to build these hotels, more focus on the materials they use to run the hotels and to renovate the hotels, which also includes, you see that here under section F, the management of hazardous materials, which can be all kinds of sealants, PU foams, cleaning products, soap, washing detergents, everything that you use to run a hotel. And once the hotels apply for that and they pass the test, they will get a certificate, and then they can promote their hotel services by we are eco-friendly. Also, Taiwan is promoting right now so-called green mark products, and they ask their citizens now to show more care for the environment, but they also want to encourage businesses to produce and to sell more eco-friendly products in Taiwan. And the Taiwan EPA pointed out the so-called green shops, and there are two large retailer chains in Taiwan. One is the Far Eastern Giant, and the other one we heard that already is Carrefour, which actually sells eco-labeled products also in Taiwan, not only in Europe. For more information regarding green living in Taiwan, you can go to this website. This is a screenshot, very colorful. They try to educate their people about energy consumption, water conservation, but they also provide here all the information you need as a manufacturer or importer to comply with the Taiwanese legislation. Japan, also very interesting. This was also in the last FICA newsflash. Japan last year introduced a voluntary labeling scheme for carbon footprint. What does that mean? This label will show a product's carbon footprint, indicating how much greenhouse gas was and will be emitted throughout the whole entire life cycle of a product. And they hope that they will encourage both consumers and also businesses to become more aware of the environmental impact of their activities and their products. Right now it's a voluntary scheme, but who knows, maybe someday it will become a legislation. So there's a trend already visible.